The Commission on Filipinos Overseas has announced a public advisory that the J1 visa application processes are put on hold for at least a year. Though this stops the ongoing processes, this should not stop you from preparing to be a better J1 visa candidate to the United States. In this video, I will be sharing effective suggestions that you can do while waiting until the processing of the J1 applications resume. Doing these tips will surely maximize the benefits of teaching in the US through the J1 visa. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel for more helpful videos in the future. So tip number one, do further research. Many former and current J1 visa teachers would advise you to research on the salary schedule in the US school districts and the cost of living in the area. Well, I know that these are helpful things to put into consideration in your planning. However, I think a more important question to ask is, do you really know what you're getting into? If you are planning to be a teacher here in the United States, I advise you to ask your friends who are currently teaching here and be specific with your questions. For me, it is not enough just to ask how's teaching here in the US or is it okay teaching here in the US. Most of the time, I think your friends will say it's worth it. Yes, in general sense, it is true, but it does not really tell you what they actually are going through. So, part of your research, ask your friends or someone whom you know who are currently teaching here in the United States about the difficulties they face while teaching here in the US. Include questions about the students, administrators, co workers, parents, accommodations, and things that will really matter to you. Just like, for example, uh, tayong mga Pilipino, remittances, and of course, your transportation from your place of work back home and vice versa, and others. Knowing these will prepare you for a life ahead in the United States. And if you think you can handle them or it is worth the try, by all means, have no second thought. Pursue a teaching career in the United States. Tip number two, set your goals for yourself and for your family. What are your reasons and goals why you want to work abroad? If one of them is earning more, you can achieve this by working abroad. Yes, and I agree with that. However, our families may have misconceptions about your financial situation while living abroad. They might think that earning more money is easy. Well, comparable to your home country, maybe it is. But unlike in our home countries, living abroad, especially in the United States, demands you also to pay for a lot of bills. So before you work abroad, give no financial promises to your family. Orient them that you need time to figure out your financial situation while living abroad. Some of us may have incurred loans. I think if we don't have sufficient money with the plane tickets, the application of J1 really does require money. Sometimes, and many of us got some loan. So it is good also to consider this in your financial planning. And before you work abroad, set a goal or project. In the case of J1 visa, your maximum time to work here is 5 years. Maybe set a goal that in 5 years, you have already saved 1 million pesos to build a new house. And that's fine, and that's a good goal. Great goal. It is wise to set a goal for saving money, not just a goal to earn more, but also a goal to save more money. Do not just save money for the sake of saving money. With a goal in mind, it will sustain your attitude and perseverance to save money. Tip number 3, gain more teaching experience. By this time, you may have done some research about the salary schedule of the school district that maybe have hired you, or the school district that you're interested to work. You may have also noticed that for every year of teaching experience is an increase to your salary. In other words, a more experienced teacher is paid with better salary. So whether you have a teaching experience in the Philippines or in some other countries, it will be recognized here in the US, and it will have a good effect on your salary. But there is another way to increase your earning potential here in the United States. That brings me to tip number 4, gain more graduate school units. Again, doing further research about the school system will benefit you. As far as I know, all school districts in the US will recognize your educational qualification from the Philippines or from any country. Having a master's degree or a PhD puts you to a higher salary bracket. So if I were you, work on your master's degree program or work on a master's degree program. In a year, you may be able to earn around 36 units of graduate school program. Even without a graduate degree, you can still push your salary with the credit hours or graduate school units you earned. In my case, I did I did not have any master's degree, but with my 45 units of master's degree program, I was receiving a pay equivalent to someone with a master's degree. So while waiting for the reopening of the J1 visa processing, work on your school transcript and put some graduate school units credits there. Finally, tip number 5, plan for your financial security. Remember, the J1 visa has a term limit. Usually, you can work for about 3 years. That's the max, but of course, with a possibility of extension to 5 years. Most of the time, a J1 visa teacher will be asked to go back to his or her home country. Unfortunately, when you teach again in the Philippines, your salary bracket will start from square one. I'm not so sure if there is a change in the policy in the Philippines regarding this. But based on my experience and on what I heard so far, pag nagsimula ka ng bagong trabaho sa isang paaralan, balik square one. So that you can reap the financial benefits of working abroad, it is wise to plan ahead. For example, a friend of mine has opened an insurance policy before coming to the United States. This insurance policy is for his retirement. The premium is payable for 5 years. I guarantee you that you can pay off this premium if you just allocate some of your salary for it. Be coming home with a peace of mind. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you think the content of this video is useful, please leave a thank you note on the comment section below. If you support the work of improving people's lives, please subscribe to the channel for more valuable content. See you again soon.